Welcome to everyone. Today we have with us Carlo Alberto Voltolina. Voltolina is also your surname, Carlo Voltolina. Is
Yes,
the surname Carlo
Voltolina
Alberto? Okay.
Cosmetics is the name of the company, and of course my surname is Voltolina.
Okay. So you have, it's I guess, a family business that we are discussing about today. Voltolina is one of the challenge that basically refer to Alibaba. It's a special track. They're working for the internationalization of their company with Alibaba, and today we will try to better understand some issues concerning the company, the history, the product, also the cooperation with Alibaba, the countries that you want to target, the marketing strategies and other operational issues. Carlo Alberto, if you want, we can start maybe with some history about the company. We know it's a cosmetic company, but if you can tell us something about, I don't know, the age of the company, how many people work for the company, how did you develop the idea, the founders, and so on and so forth, just to give you an overview of Voltolina Cosmetics.
Yes, I do. Our company is 20 years old. We born in early 2000. We started importing, first of all, pure argan oil from Morocco. Argan oil wasn't known in Italy, but also in Europe, and we were the first to import this kind of oil in Italy, and then after that there was a big boom and a big request of argan oil for all the cosmetic industry. We mainly focused our business in importing oil and reselling it with our brand to natural shops, pharmacies, and aesthetics, and then we resell it to other cosmetic companies that want to produce cosmetics with argan oil. We started very strong because for the first year we were the only to have pure argan oil, to have a little experience. We bought directly argan oil from Morocco, so we went there physically. We met some feminine cooperatives whereas is produced argan oil, whereas is pressed argan oil. We learn all the things, all the history, and we used for our marketing, for our communication, and we build up our brand, and we build our company by this kind of oil. Right now, the argan oil is mainly is our bestseller, is a great part of our revenue, and we are well known in Italy in the retail market of natural shops and pharmacies, but also in the, let's say, production market of as one of the importer of argan oil. We have to say that right now this kind of oil after 20 years is well known. So other companies went to Morocco, to buy argan oil. Knows cooperatives, of course. When we went in Morocco 20 years ago to buy the first argan oil, the first bulk of argan oil, there were two cooperatives of production of this kind of oil. Right now, if you go there, there are plenty of cooperatives. There was a boom. It has been a great boom of requests of argan oil from all over the world. So starting from Italy, and we contribute to develop the knowledge of argan oil in all over the world. Right now, we are concentrated on Italian market, basically, where we have about 20% of our revenue in Italy. We are opening and we are trying to find some new distributors outside. We work with Korea. We work with Japan, Germany. We work in Singapore. We have different distributors in Europe, but mainly we work in Italy. Our core business is made in Italy. The big part of our income is made in Italy. We develop about two different cosmetic lines per year. So we have a sales um, we have sales agent in Italy for each city of or each, and we are mainly present in natural shops and pharmacies. Of course, we do also um, private branding, so we produce also for other brands. And in 20 years, we have developed different kind of business. So we sell online with our website. We sell online through other big platforms like Amazon, like Alibaba, and our philosophy is to try to find a lot of way to make business, because there are lots of ways to make business, and in each country we try to find the best one to enter. If we find some distributor in our country that is strong on web marketing, on web sales, we push on this side. Otherwise, for example, in Switzerland, we sell it on GDO, so we sell our products in minor department stores. With There are the most common department stores in Switzerland. So we are very elastic, and we operate in different levels.
Okay.
At the basis, we want always to promote pure argan oil. We want to promote the philosophy of argan oil. We want to propose cosmetics with high quality, high percentage of natural ingredients. And right now we are shifting our bottles and our philosophy also to sustainable production, which is a big issue right now. This is a summary of what we have done and what we want to do right now.
Okay, but argan oil, I understand, is the core of your business, and most of your product also come from argan oil. But what other type of, let's say, raw materials or products you have developed? How have you diversified, let's say, your production? So if you can tell us something more about your range of products. First of all, whether what is the scope that you have in terms of different types of products. Secondly, whether you have an in-house production or you outsource the production of the final cosmetics. So whether you focus more on the raw materials and then you sell raw materials, so the also transformation of the cosmetic and so on. And third, how you think your products differentiate with the competitors. So why competitors should buy your products? Sorry, the customer should buy your products rather than those one of the competitors. So where do you think it's your competitive advantage, let's say?
Okay, about production, first of all, we produce a little part of our cosmetics, and about the 20% of our cosmetics are produced in our factory. The other 80% is produced outside in other laboratories, in other factories. That's why, for example, we bottle the argan oil in our factory, but for example, hand cream, we do it in other laboratories, other factories, because we don't have the machinery to make some production. So, for example, emulsions, we do emulsions in our factory, but for example, shampoos, bath foam, and other we do not produce by ourselves, but we study the formula, the ingredients, and then we outsource the production. We have a big warehouse, and we buy mainly packaging and raw materials from Italy. So we use a wide range of raw materials like shea butter, like sweet almond oil. So these come mainly from Italy. We have different suppliers in Italy, the most common suppliers of fragrances, the most common suppliers of preservatives, of perfumes, of different extracts that are common known in Italy. So in the cosmetic industry, there are not so many raw materials producer or distributors, and therefore, if you want to make a cream, you have to pass through them. For example, for packaging, there are plenty of producer, but for perfumes, for preservatives, for extracts and oils, there are very few. And so, if you want to make a cream, you have to uh, let's say challenge with them, but you have to buy from them. So raw materials, apart from argan oil and other oils that comes from Morocco, we buy all them from Italy. Um, about our competitors. Uh, this is a very big market of competitor of products. Cosmetics are there are a lot of cosmetic brands. I come just this morning from Cosmoprof Fair in Bologna, and I have been this morning there, and there are new brands coming every year, and it is a very segmented market, whereas there are thousands of brands, and there isn't a big brand that owns a big percentage of market. Of course, there are different markets inside cosmetics, because there is the um, aesthetic market, there is the GDO market, there is the natural shops market, pharmacies market, but there are some brands that operate and sell in all of these markets. So for us, mainly, our competitors are in, let's say, the natural shops market. So we, our competitors are, for example, in Italy, Herbolario or Natures or Officine Clément, just to say some of them, but there are plenty of competitors. But when we are proposing our products in pharmacies, in pharmacy, there are different competitors, because let's say Herbolario, which is a very well-known brand in Italy in natural shops, do not sell in pharmacy, or sell in pharmacy, but in a very little quantity, because in pharmacy there are other kind of brands, and in aesthetic there are other kind of brands. So we have different competitors depending on the market that we are attacking, let's say. And at least in the internet, everybody is a competitor. So when you have your own e-shop, e-commerce, you are struggling and fighting with anyone. So this is our position right now, and we are trying to approach um, more and more the aesthetic market, because the aesthetic market, the aesthetic centers, the spa is a growing up market, and it is a more rich market, and esthetician use the product, and they buy more. When you put the product in the shelf of a natural shop or a pharmacy, is more difficult to sell it. You have to have a good have a good appeal. You have to fight for having the products put in the right place. Otherwise, in the esthetician market, you when you enter, you give the possibility to use the product, and therefore, if they use the product, they consume it and they buy it again. It is a market that gives more result in terms of income and revenue. Every single market, pharmacy, natural shop, or aesthetic market, um, have have a different request, uh, different approach in terms of discounts. So you need and also different request in terms of product, in terms of ingredients. So what we are doing right now is to propose in our 200 products. You find products focused for pharmacy, focused on aesthetics, and focused on natural market. For example, for natural market, we have a product that are organic and with a high percentage of natural ingredients. While when you are moving and producing product for aesthetic, you need product that they don't look too much at the ingredient list, but they look at the result of the product, and and also at the kind of product that you are proposing. You sell more for the body, you sell more for, let's say, cellulite. And this is just an example to say that every single category, let's say, has different kind of requests for formula and also for type of products.
That's clear. Thank you, Carlberto. There is a question that allows me also to connect to the next question I wanted to ask you regarding the cooperation with Alibaba and Amazon, let's say, which are the two main platforms on which. Let's start from the question, a specific question by Leila, who in the chat says, why do you sell large minimum 25 stocks of products in Alibaba? That's the specific question. More in general, the question could be, let's say, if you can tell us something more about your cooperation with Alibaba and Amazon. So, for instance, how they support you, in particular on Alibaba, if you are setting a store, if you are creating, I don't know, a mini website in every language of countries in which you want to invest. And so on and so forth. So this type of cooperation and strategy that you are having on Alibaba and Amazon, how they differentiate.
Okay, starting with Alibaba, we started about 1 year ago by joining. We participate in a project made by Italian trade agency that allowed us to enter to Alibaba with the project manager that follow us in in, in in starting doing business with Alibaba. I used Alibaba in the past to buy some marketing material like bags, like gift box, all the things that are useful for us to communicate and make marketing. And I saw that there were great possibilities with this kind of platform. When Italian trade agency proposed us to join Alibaba, I was very interested, and I started immediately, because I think that for the Asian market mostly, but then I know that also US market, Alibaba is well known, is used, and it could be a possibility to find some distributor. We use Alibaba not for sell the product to single customer, of course, but to find a new distributor in the countries, in the areas where our product is not known. During this year, we find two customers in the United States that bought some samples, and we are starting a cooperation right now. We are at the beginning because for the first 3 months we worked only in filling our catalog and charging all the products and making all the technical sheets on of every single product. So first 3 months have been used only to learn how Alibaba works and to fill all the data needed from Alibaba to present well the products. Right now we have our page inside Alibaba in which you find all the information of our company, the history, our philosophy, and the showcase of all our products. After that, we received some requests. Of course, most of them were impossible um, to reply because they ask only one product or they ask for free samples. So you have to wait and see what who can be the right customer. It needs time, but right now we have two in the United States and one in Taiwan that bought already our samples, and we are trying to move up and to develop this kind of work. I think that there is a great possibility. There is a great visibility on Alibaba. Um, we decide to sell starting from 25 pieces because we believe that it is uneconomic for a buyer to buy less than 25 pieces because of shipment cost. Unfortunately, we started working with Alibaba in a period of time where shipment cost doubled. So it is not so convenient for foreign customer to buy products from Italy or from Europe or from all over the world because of cost of shipment. Sea shipment and air shipment doubled in price, and mm, it is very hard to import. For example, when we sell let's say 2,000, 3,000 pieces for United States. They paid about $1,000 of shipment for um, for a little pallet of 200 kilos. So shipment costs are stopping, in my opinion, a lot of business with foreign countries.
Thank you. Caro Alberto, so there is a question about the customers. In particular,
Yeah.
Roberta is asking who is basically your typical buyer customers, so about the age, gender, values, interest, education. So for instance, she's suggesting 30, 55 women only, or I mean, if you can tell us something about the typical person that buy your products.
Yes, we have the data, for example, of our website after 10 years of e-commerce, and our website says that our best customer are women from 45 to 65 years. So this is our target, and when we develop products, we are focused on these kind of things. The market of teenagers, the market of millennials, in cosmetics, it's a very difficult market because it is always searching something new. They are very focused on ingredients, on also packaging, let's say, and also sustainability. So it is a frenetic, let's say, market. It is a crazy market, the one of millennials, and they change very fast brands. Otherwise, people from 40 to 60, when they love a brand, they are used to buy always that kind of cream or that kind of brand. They appreciate more the same brand in paragonated to younger people. Uh, yes, we have lines that are focused on younger people, but mainly our business is for this kind of age and this kind of sex, let's say.
Yeah, that's connected better to the next question by Andrea, who is asking, but are there any products you are wanting to change or improve due to the fact that, for instance, the millennials, which will be, by the way, also the future customer, the future people with which will have at some point the 30, 40. So your target market that now is in the 30, 60, in 20 years probably will become a bit older. So therefore, you have to think also about this possible evolution. So you're thinking to change something as regard, you probably were discussing about the increasing attention towards sustainability, for instance, at the beginning. So what are the evolution that you're thinking about the products, let's say, for the future markets or to capture these other segments, let's say, of customers?
Yes. I always say that it is more easy to produce new products, new lines, instead of changing old products. That is because mostly for an economic reason, when you buy thousand of bottles or thousand of paper bags and you want to change the product, you need to waste the bottles and the bottles. So there is an economic reason, and then also a reason of let's say environmental reasons. So what we are doing now is to change bottles when we finish our stocks, to change bottles on old products, and change with recycled glass or recycled plastic. This is both a reason of environment and a reason of market, because the market is going in this direction, and youngers are more focused on sustainability. They are very focused on the type of packaging and the philosophy of the company about sustainability. Um, about the millennial market, we when we start with when we make a new production, a new line of cosmetics, we focused on a different category of woman or man. Uh, right now, for the end of the year, we are planning to make the detoxifying line, for example, that is mainly focused on young people. So claims, bottles, prices, of course, will be focused on that kind of market. But this is a very difficult market, I repeat, because it is mm, it is always changing. It is frenetic, and
Unstable, let's say,
it is
and
very
not very
complicated.
loyal. Okay.
Not so loyal, no.
Okay. And the next question is by Dusty, which connects better, very well also to the question that I had in mind. Let's start talking about your internationalization strategies, because guys basically are working, the students are working for your company in order to, first of all, understand your business model, then to identify a country in which to expand. So it will be interesting to understand what are your target markets, the areas at least, and why. In particular, Dusty is asking if you are expanding into European markets or e-commerce more. What countries would you like to go, basically, and why? What areas, let's say?
Yeah. In my opinion, there are great possibilities in the United States because there there is a great request of made in Italy products. They appreciate made in Italy products, and just after having started with Alibaba, we see that a lot of requests come from there. So I believe that this could be a good market for us. But it is only an impression. I know also very well that Asian people, so Japanese, Korean, and also Indonesia and Southern Asia countries appreciate a lot pure argan oil. We sell their pure argan oil, and we see that they appreciate. And I don't know, maybe there are not so much competitor on this kind of product in there. So we are now putting our efforts and also our budget in order to develop this kind of areas. And of course, we want to go where there is also more money to spend. The income of the United States of every single person is very high, so there is a lot of possibility to spend money. So also in Asia, there are a lot of emerging markets that want Italian products, and they love Italian products. So we are going in that direction in that countries. So mainly Asia and United States. We
Okay.
do it like using online channels like Alibaba, but we have done in 2022 two different fairs in Singapore and in Turkey, in Istanbul, in order to find some new distributors. So we do it by physically with the fairs and online with Alibaba mainly, because Amazon is mainly for final customers. So
B2C, right.
our core business is selling in the shops or in the estate center, not in at the final customer. Of course, the final customer it is a part of our business, but we are trying to enter in the centers or in the shops, not in the single houses of the people.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you, Carlo Alberto. So basically more, let's say, overseas market than European expansion. Let's say your idea is to go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's clear. Okay, there is a hand raised. So who is from Francesco, if I'm not wrong. So Francesco, if you can open the camera and ask your question, go on.
Yes, of course. A very quick question. I can open the camera, but I mean
No
the
problem.
nature.
We envy you, so no problem.
The question is about you were saying that you would like to expand in the United States. So my question was if you consider like taxes, duties, or regulations, maybe from the FDA or this kind of organization, a very big constraints for expanding in this kind of markets, or it's more difficult only by a logistical point of view. So if you see many constraints by like legal and this kind of stuff, or it's only a matter of logistics and cost of expeditions and so on.
Okay. I think I have understand your question. I'm sorry, but I can't hear you well. But you are asking me about certification, about duties, about shipments in the United States, right?
Yes, if the main difficulty of going into the United States it's about the logistical aspects, or if it's about the duties and regulations that are necessary to sell like cosmetics products in the United States.
Yeah, we have a little experience. I want to say with the United States because we have just started, but we didn't find difficulties on certification of the products because our products are EU certified, and we have here in our European Union we have strict laws about cosmetics, and in United States are well accepted. So if a cosmetic can be sold in the European Union, 100% sure can be sold in the United States. Of course, FDA make want to have technical sheets and analysis, and when you ship, you are obliged to send chemical analysis of every product. You are obliged to send some document that certify that the production is made in the EU. So there is some things that are mandatory to export to United States. In my opinion, the big issue is the shipment, because right now cost of shipment are too high, and that that kind of things stops um, from importing products from Europe, but I think also from other countries. And this kind of situation is making more difficult to import products, not only from United States, from Italy to United States, but also importing in Italy products from India, China, or every 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 area in all over the world. So I
And Carlo
think that
Alberto,
the whole global market is paying right now high shipment costs.
and also the duties and customs was Francesco asking about. So whether you
Yeah,
have a
duty and customs.
Mhm.
No, there is no problem. Fortunately, luckily, we have with United States in cosmetics, there are very little duties, and of course, they will pay their VAT when they are importing the products, but there are no high duties. Uh, it depends on where area you are shipping, but I think that in the United States, if I am not wrong, you pay only 1 or 2% of duties on the price of the product you are importing.
But
So it is not a free market, let's say, but we are very close to free market, hoping that they will not improve duties from United Europe. But it depends
yeah.
on the category of products. I don't know, for example, for automobiles or steel or other things, how many duties they apply. It depends. It depends because, for example, in the food market, when there was Trump, they put higher duties. So this encouraged the Italian countries, the Italian producer to export food products. But for cosmetics right now, it is more or less a free market. Duties are not the thing that stops importing from Italy. The real problem is shipping costs.
Okay, so that's the point on which to, let's say, put efforts and attention whenever developing the challenge, let's say. So definitely it's something to on which to develop. There is an entire section dedicated to logistics, so definitely it's something that the students have to pay attention. Okay, thank you, Carlo Alberto, and thank you, Francesco. So we have another
Thank you very much
question.
for the answer. Thank you.
We have another question that allows us to connect to the marketing strategies that, let's say, that Voltolina is implementing. In particular, Berenice is asking, what type of marketing strategies has your company done? For instance, I don't know if you use traditional channel, online channel, a marketing mix. If you don't know, I don't know if you can also tell us something about your budget or whether you use social media, what type of advertising you're using, if you rely on external advisor, and so on.
I know. We use mainly online channels for promoting. Right now, Facebook and Instagram, of course, drain a lot of money and time in terms of communication and marketing. Once we use papers and you know. Right now it's totally changed. So we make a budget of more or less the 5-6% of our total annual income for promotion that are mixed on online and fairs mainly. Of course, then we have the we make marketing also by making gift box, by making leaflets, so common ways of doing marketing, uh, making some show in the country where uh, we make invitation of natural shops owner or aesthetics, and we used to go traditional and also push with the online. So of course, Meta is our one of our suppliers. They are very strong right now because all people uh, have Facebook and Instagram and see and watch, and of course there you can target the market, and so you can show your products to women from 45 to 65, so you can target your budget. This is very good for us because when you see when you make an advertising page on a newspaper, for example, you catch all of the people that can read this kind of newspaper, but you don't know if a young people, a man or a woman will read it. Otherwise, when you are targeting on the online, you can show uh, the product to the people that have that kind of interest and in a specific area, and so you go straight to the people that you want to let's say attack.
Okay, that's very clear. Leila is also adding if you can say what are your best-selling products, but if I understood correctly, are those ones that are connected to argan oil still, right? Or
Yeah, we sell mostly argan oil, and apart from argan oil, we sell a good quantity of black soap, which
black
is a
soap.
soap that we make with a traditional Moroccan formula.
Okay. So Karim, let's see. Let's say giving a rough estimate or commenting generally how soon in terms of your financial position do you think you might be able internationalize into Asia and the United States? Do you think based on current production facility, you might be able to supply the new markets? So basically he's asking whether your financial resources can support your expansion. So maybe you can tell us about the way through which you will support the internationalization into far countries like Asia or United States in terms of financial support and also in terms of production facilities.
Yes, of course. We are a little company in the world of cosmetics, and of course we have to go step by step. We make a budget annually, and we focus on little areas, of course, on little projects in terms of finance, of course, and then also of human resources. So we try to catch the opportunities that also organization like Italian Trade Market gives us. So, for example, the last two fairs that we joined, there was supported by Italian trade agency. So we try also to catch this kind of opportunities. Yes, we can support right now, and we can supply new market in the situation that we have right here, because our supplier, when we produce, can produce more, and of course in our factory we can produce more products that the one that we are doing right now. So we have growing opportunity in terms of production, maintaining our status of human resources. So right now we can develop work by staying like as we are right now. So buying 1,000 bottles or 10,000 bottles for us is not a problem. It just needs times, but it's very easy. So we don't need to take new people inside our structure to reply to a request of production. We just have to talk with suppliers and ask them to be fast or to start producing more. So we can supply new market, and I hope to supply
that
new market.
you have this
products are already done. So for us produce 500 products or 1,000 is the same.
Okay, and thanks to Susi, you can let's say adjust volume fluctuation also in case you need to expand production. Okay, some words about the pricing. If you have a position as a low cost of premium products, and if you have a different pricing based on the channels that you use, the different sales channels. So a couple of words about your pricing strategy.
About pricing, we try to and our focus is to see what competitors do, and to see also what is the average price in Italy. Of course, selling in Italy means that we have to follow the price of Italian market, and that's why we trying to position on an average market of cosmetics, of natural cosmetics. So it is very difficult to have a shampoo, for example, that is sold more than 20 euro. So people in Italy can spend more, not more than 14, 16 euro for a shampoo, for example. Maybe in the United States they can spend more, but when we produce, when we make new products, we make an Italian study first of prices. So this is our the way of we work right now. Uh, then, for example, we suggest the price of sales in the other countries, but in Romania or in Moldova, where we sell, they cannot sell an oil at the same price of Italy. So we
It's more a
make them.
geographic differentiation, let's say, rather than
Yeah, they
on
have different prices for each country, and we are obliged to do that because the power of buying is different in Italy from other countries.
Okay. Last question, Carlo Alberto, because I don't see any other question. Just to close, whether you can give us some idea, your personal opinion as regard how the let's say recent let's say contingencies, COVID-19 first, but now the geopolitical tension between let's say China and the US rather than the invasion of Russia into Ukraine can affect your business. So how do you think this can affect the production size and the sales size, let's say, the macroeconomic context, let's say?
Yes, of course. COVID has changed a lot of things, especially in importing raw materials, bottles, jars from China. Shipment cost raises a lot, and after that, the war in Ukraine, of course, make again prices rising. So you pay double the paper boxes. Paper goes is the thing that has the bigger different in prices, but also the glass. The glass is made with gas, and gas goes. The price of gas has risen a lot. So right now is not a very good moment to export because there are a lot of difficulties on a lot of market and in terms of cost of shipment mainly.
Yeah. The logistics in particular, you were saying, was
Logistics in particular
particularly affected.
is
Yeah.
breaking our exportations.
Yeah.
But of course, it depends on what market you are supplying, because it seems strange, but we are exporting in Ukraine right now because there is a great part of the country which is not involved, let's say, in the war. So they are working, they are spending money, and the eastern part of Ukraine is not touched by war. Uh, and so we are working there. It is strange, but you know, if before the war we ship in 1 week, right now it needs 1 month to let the goods enter in the country.
Okay, thank you. We have the last two questions, very last. Leila is interested in understanding what region of Italy buy more your products. So I don't know, in the home market, if you can tell us something about the regions in Italy that buy, where your markets basically is more successful.
In Italy, we work a lot with central Italy, like Umbria, Lazio, Tuscany, but also in southern Italy, like Sicily and Puglia. So we work mainly there. Then, of course, we work also with thermal cities like, I don't know, Abano Terme, which is a thermal city in near Padua, and it depends on on our sales agent. You know, when you have a good sales agent, it allows you to enter to more aesthetic center, to enter to more pharmacy, and it depends on people mainly, because I saw that if we have a good sales agent, we can have a lot of customers. If we don't have a good sales agent, it is difficult to have good pharmacies, good aesthetic center that buys your product. So it is important both to have a good product with a good price, but you need good people that goes all around the country to propose and sell your products.
Okay, thank you. Then Andrea is asking another question, but you have already answered. So what social media do you use to connect with your customer? If I remember correctly, you were saying Meta and Instagram are the main
We
one,
work
right?
mainly with Facebook
Facebook.
and Instagram.
Yeah,
We do not have YouTube channels or LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Only advertising with these two.
Would you be willing to consider to expand also the social media or not? Maybe
Right
you might.
now, no.
No.
Because in YouTube we need material, so video and a lot of things, and otherwise it is more simple in Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, that's very clear. So I don't think there are other questions. I don't see hand raised. I don't see any other questions. I think you had a lot of questions. I think it was very
Good.
useful. So the webinar, thanks. So students now have materials on which they can work in case they have some follow-ups. Maybe we will collect questions and we will let you have the list. But thank you very much, Carlo Alberto. Thank you also to the participants. And let me stop the registration. Okay, here we are. And